Hello, friends. My name is Adrian, and I'm joined by
Jerry.
And this week, we are covering Men I Trust, their third album, Oncle Jazz. What do you know about Men I Trust?
Almost nothing. I've seen them pop up on Instagram, and I heard a part of a song, and then I quickly moved on because I knew we were going to do them soon. But what I did hear, I liked.
But this is our... Okay.
Bonjour, Nico. Ça va?
This was kind of voted by our Patreon. It didn't win the poll, but we had a couple people on Patreon really pushing for it. And they're Canadian, so feeling super patriotic from Quebec City, even though I don't know French. You know a little bit. Probably one of the biggest Canadian bands currently. They tour all over the world. They're massive now. Been around for a while. It's all DIY. They've released all their albums independently.
I find that the album artwork makes it incredibly accessible. A very youthful, very fun look.
I got to see them earlier this year in Toronto at History, and they were incredible. As always, full version of this episode is on our Patreon. You can vote for albums, some exclusive stuff over there. So if you feel so inclined, we have track 1, which is Oncle Jazz, and track 2, Norton Commander.
You're listening to Oncle Jazz.
Instant groove.
Yeah.
The guitar in the back is so 70s.
Totally. And some flute. This sounds kind of like Japanese city pop kind of a little bit too.
Yes, that's a good call.
This is fun. I haven't listened to this in a long time.
But what an opener. Boom, you're right in here.
Mm-hmm.
That synth is so overwhelming, but nice. And it feels pitched down.
Yeah, there's some like slight detuning, I think, a little bit.
Feel dizzy.
They always get the bass so down pat. You know what I mean?
It's a bit of a watery thing going on too. The vocals are evocative of the Marias. They evoke that sound.
That soft, like breathy.
Lovely. Felt like the bass line was just circling the melody over and over again. And the synth felt like haunting. I really like that song.
Their bass lines are always great. I love their synth sounds. I've literally downloaded a pack of like Men I Trust presets to get their like synth sounds.
Oh.
Because it's like, I just love their synth choices. I do kind of wish that song had more going on a little bit. We can move on to track 3, Days Go By. What?
Just trying to pick up the bass.
I love how like there's tons of high end. Like you could hear the... Part of me is like, is it doubled with a guitar?
I couldn't tell. I thought it was all bass, or there was like a guitar lead going.
Yeah, I can't tell.
1 week of losing lottery. What does that mean?
Maybe like improbable bad shit that could happen to no one, but it happens to you that whole week.
Murphy's Law.
Yeah, just having like a really bad week, maybe. Because you're saying it's a sense of mockery. It's like it's almost so unbelievably bad that it feels like I'm getting like mocked by the universe or something. Could be off with that, but
that makes sense. Yeah, that bass was so distracting.
It's so present in the mix, eh? It's like the main thing.
It's like front mic.
Yeah, it's like on par with her voice. It's nuts, but I like it. It's a bass forward mix and sound.
The bass really, it's leading kind of. It's driving the.
They want you to notice it. It's like the bass player is the one mixing the song. It's like.
But it almost feels like the bass is causing the progression of the song to go. It's like it's following. The bass is leading. It was great.
So apparently they were in rural Quebec when they were making this, but it doesn't really sound like that. You know, it sounds like they would be in like Montreal or some like bustling city center.
Being in rural Quebec, to me, it was such a different feel. It shocked me because it's only a couple of kilometers away from where I live, so it shouldn't feel different, but it did feel different. I don't know if it's the signage or just the way they do things slightly differently in Quebec, but it just felt like, yeah, this is a different place. This is a different feel, different vibe. Mm-hmm. And I see it when I watch Quebecois television, like Just for Laughs gags.
Yeah.
It just feels a little bit different.
Move on to track 4, Tailwhip.
Another distracting bass track.
This is my favorite song, I think.
That high note, what?
It's some synth, I think.
It's like sonar.
Yeah.
That's Japanese sounding.
Yeah, the muted stuff. Oh my goodness. And you got some slap too on the bass.
This is the fullness. Like it's layered, it's nice, it's dense. I love her vocal delivery too.
Mm-hmm. Talking about being in rural Quebec, I guess. Dude, that little piano that was leading into the chorus, that was crazy.
Another piece I liked was the crash cymbal.
Yeah, it pauses for a second. Yeah.
And it's only once every chorus or every verse.
It's so cool. Dude, those stabs too, I'm just noticing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great track. That's always been one of my favorites by them, just because I love like the muted guitar and just the feeling of that song. I've kind of forgot about the lyrics when I was talking about rural Quebec, but I always remember liking that line, like this country dog won't die in the city, because it's such a pull to go to the city. You know what I mean? There's something nice about being a little bit more removed and being in like an area where there's more open space and nature around.
It's kind of what I dream of.
What were your thoughts on that tune?
So my plan was to follow the lyrics, and then I heard the drums, and then I heard all the stuff going on. And the production of that one was so complex and smart, and I would say ear candy-ish. We've been lackadaisical on the ear candy, but like just that, I heard the crash cymbal, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I'm going to hear that again. So I'm waiting for it, and I'm listening to the other stuff going on, and then like, I don't know, it's like 10 bars later, again.
Yeah.
So I just got stuck in the melody and pulled around, and I felt like I was going down whitewater rapids of music and not really looking at the scene.
In their music, if it's not the bass line, there's some other element that it's like, oh shit, what's that? Let me like listen to this. Track 5, Found Me.
This is Fleetwood Mac style drumming. I'd say The Cure.
Smiths a little bit too.
That'd be Johnny Marr.
This might sound crazy, but the guitar line kind of give me a tiny bit like Nirvana. You know? It just sounds a little bit 90s to me, like
That's it. But this lead here feels like Why Can't I Be You by The Cure.
There's a little bit of a different one. Less of that like jazzy like bedroom pop and more like straight up like, I don't want to say rock, but soft. It's like soft rock, I guess.
And she talks about her thoughts were like a burst of youth. It almost feels like she's like analyzing who she is based on where she came from, and she's happy where she is right now, but she still has to work at it. That's the vibe I got from the song. Very 80s too. Like that song was just very 80s from like especially the tail end of it. And the ending too was like really like, oh wow, this is very 80s. It reminded me of when I was a kid.
This is track 6, Numb.
It feels almost over the top.
The bass?
And the low end is kind of comical. This is so real. The lyrics, just about being numb and how that feels and how you're worried about spreading it. I really like the way she describes it.
Yeah.
And this line, this lead here, just doesn't fit with Numb, but I like it.
The dryness of these drums is actually crazy. There's absolutely nothing on that snare. It's crazy.
And I was wrong about the synth. The synth does work with it really. Listening to it more, the reason I think it shocked me, it sounds like crying, the synth. It just sounded like a line of crying, like weeping in the distance, or like a robot crying, but it's not. Like if you watch Charlie Brown and the teachers like talking from the front, it's like, what?
Yeah.
That's that kind of.
But you were talking about the lyrics.
Yeah, I've struggled with some numbness issues as a response to just being overwhelmed by things that make you frustrated, especially during COVID. And then trying to be in a work environment with lots of people and lots of different emotions and lots of different feelings. I just found myself defaulting to not reacting. And then I got used to not reacting, so then I became numb. I like that she's singing about it.
Because all the synths, they sound like slightly detuned a little bit and like kind of warbled, which is like a key sound of like that bedroom pop sound, kind of those like slightly out of tune, pillowy synths. So I've always liked that about their sound. You can pick out a Man I Trust song because you have the breathy vocals, incredibly prominent bass line that moves a lot, and then some synth pad with really dry drums. That's kind of like the recipe on a lot of their songs.
Okay.
And it works. We can move on to track 7, which is Say, Can You Hear?
Feels very 80s opening. I'm really getting Cure a lot on this song. The bass and the snare.
These strums open it right up. It's really nice.
There was a simplicity to the bass and drums that time that was different than the other ones, and I kind of liked it. It lended itself to like the vocals. I don't know, the song had a different feel. I'm having a hard time following the lyrics, and not because they're complicated or anything. I get pulled into the music.
I'm the same way. There's so many like great little parts in here, you know, and like the drums, like the sound design. I mean, they're not like pulling in tons of crazy instruments or anything, but it's just like really clean. And you know, when you're reading a book and you're like reading, but you're like thinking about something else, that's like what's happening so far.
Me too. And I don't usually notice like the cymbals or anything, but I was just like, oh, that's kind of nice. Just the way they're just constantly playing that while they're doing the rest. I don't know. And I keep saying I'm going to try, but I think I just got to let happen what happens with this album because it is what it is. But I really am enjoying it.
Well, we got track 8, which is All Night.
It's more of a funk bass.
Mm-hmm. The little pause. Man.
The song seems to be talking about the simple things that you notice in a relationship with another person.
Yeah, like how do you make everything feel easier? How do you do that? It really is a sweet song.
Yeah.
I like the detail about the shirt on the ceiling light. It's a great detail.
And the blanket around her feet,
Yeah,
shoulders.
that's a sweet song. And I love the chord progression on that one and how there's like that little pause that just lines up perfectly with the drum groove.
It was really neat.
Move on.
Yeah.
We're on to track 9, which is I Hope to Be Around. This little synth line under is everything. And the shaker.
I don't know if their lyrics are always this serious, but this is like philosophical, existential. What am I outside of the existence of time? Kind of is what it felt like. And I had a talk with an aging family member about that this week. So I was just like really locked into it. Like, what is this pop rock musician going to say about the constraints of time and who we are outside of that? And she doesn't give an answer. She just dreams of what she would be, which is actually what it is. Whatever you are outside of the bounds of time in your daily, that's really what you truly are. It was weird, man. It's like philosophy 101 again.
Well, we're on to track 10, which is Dorian.
Very different.
I just love the synth choices, man.
Yeah. It's like old-fashioned synth.
Yeah. I like that set of lines a lot. You're so right about like those old like film scores and like the type of stuff that Boards of Canada would sample, because it has that warbly kind of nostalgic kind of sound. It matches the lyrics in that song. I miss October nights in the park. I miss the corner store. Some small talk. Like, we got to bring back corner stores. It makes you think of like past eras in your life, I guess, and the routines you would be in and the different things you would do. At least for me.
And often the simple things you did on an evening are the memorable ones, the things you didn't even plan. And it's weird how that works out, because the stuff you plan is like, yeah, that was the thing. But then, oh, remember that October night?
We have track 11, which is Pines.
They've never started like this before. It's kind of like Neil Young-y. Not anymore.
But they have like the Mellotron too, like giving very 60s Beatles a little bit. Like those little flute sounding thing. It's gone now, but
Right. To me, that was the folksiest sounding song on the album.
Totally.
There was a lot of interesting instruments playing together. It was dense, but it wasn't full. It felt good. To me, I was picturing it, and it felt really rural Quebec. I was surrounded in green. It was a nice little song. I do think, like, if my kids were to listen to this, they'd be looking for some kind of, like, a hook. And a lot of these songs don't really give a hook that you'd, like, sing at the top of your lungs. It's just all kind of, like, carrying you through.
That's true. Like, I mean, they have, like, choruses and stuff, but they don't, like, maybe it has to do with her delivery. Not that it's, like, a bad thing, but, like,
No.
It's just, like, I know what you mean, because they kind of, like, don't stick out as, because it's a kind of, like, monotone sounds bad, but, like, it's kind of, like, there's very little play in the dynamics in the song. So I know what you mean.
It's not a diss.
So this is track 12, Slap Pie.
It's 80s TV show. Reminds me of Night Court or...
It's so sick. This one's presence on the album feels like it's there as like a production flex. You know what I mean?
People my age wouldn't be used to this kind of music being normalized.
Because back then, is this sort of thing like more campy, kind of like corny?
Yeah. Not early 80s, but by the mid to late 80s, it was like, come on. It's over the top, right?
Yeah. This is the type of sound I look for when I'm like looking for samples and stuff, you know? Like this, I love this overly digital kind of sounding thing.
I will never be able to take a song like that seriously, even though I loved it. It reminds me of the intro to Night Court or some TV show I watched when I was a little kid. And it was just like, yeah, it's an attention grab, and it's so typical of the 80s, like that Eddie Murphy Police movie. And that's the kind of music they would play when he was like sticking a banana in the car's tailpipe, or he was like doing some kind of trick on somebody, or tying two things together.
I think it's a novelty for people like my age, so it's like, holy shit. Like it's like something that we didn't have. And I honestly see why people go back to it, because it's such like a cool era of music, because it's like synth is in the mainstream now. Let's spam it. Everything is digital and sounds glassy and shiny. So it's cool. It's halfway.
Okay.
So snack time.
Bonjour. Welcome back. It's snack time. And for snack today, we've chosen something Canadian in honor of the band. So we've picked Le Julien de l'Écureuil, our hickory sticks. They are little pieces of potato that taste like wood. Une saveur comme bois. The thing I liked about these was the flavor. The thing I didn't like about them was like, how many do you grab? How do you stop them from falling everywhere? Why do they taste like toothpicks? These are more vinegary than I ever remember.
Yeah. Oh, salt and vinegar flavor.
Because I didn't read it. Nice to know that our taste buds are working. We clocked that pretty fast. It's actually ticking me off a little bit. I'm angry at them. I was like so excited for the hickory flavor. I bought them for the hickory. I thought it'd be fun for our viewers who aren't from Canada to hear us talk about the taste of woody chips. And now they're vinegar. I have strong feelings about hickory sticks.
Well, shall we go on?
Yes, we shall.
Okay. We got a 2-track run here. We got track 13, Fiero GT. Is that a car?
It's actually one of my bucket list cars to get.
And then track 14, 7.
This feels Japanese.
I think this is the start of the second disc.
Also feels like an 80s theme song for a movie.
Yeah, it has an energy for sure.
Or a montage.
I can see some like slow-mo of like some cop pulling down the sunglasses.
Yes. That's pretty perfect. Same instruments, but what a difference.
Yeah, I know, right?
And they saw him, but everyone just kept on going. What he saw was different. He should have gone to bed, but instead he stuck around for
The bass is keeping up with the vocals so well.
It like fills up any open space that's available. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nuts.
They've recreated that 80s lead beautifully, perfectly. And it's good.
It's not corny here.
Oh, yeah. A little bit. I mean, because I know what I know, but it's really well done. It's a beautiful song.
Yeah, it is.
I think the song's about a guy who's just wants too much. I felt like he was a player. He should just go to bed. Beautifully sung. I think that song to me was I don't know. It was just masterful.
It's really cool to see how their music has resonated with so many people like across the world. Like they were just touring in like Japan to go from Quebec City. You know, it's pretty wild.
When I said the track earlier, I'm like, there aren't any hooks, and then this song drops. I'm like, yeah, no, this song is it. It's great. I mean, maybe it didn't have like a hook that I'm going to repeat every day, but it was beautiful. So I was wrong. I'm wrong.
This one's another big one that got lots of attention online. So there's a chance you know this one. But this is track 15, Show Me How.
Yep, I know it.
Yeah?
I have this on my Spotify, actually.
Those snare rolls.
Yes.
Part of the crack in this song is if you listen to the kick and the bass, they're like perfectly lined up.
I love the chorus. I just don't hear the kick.
It's because it's kind of hard to pick out because it's like playing with the bass, and they're kind of occupy the same frequency.
Yeah. Now the drum gets a bit more urgent, and I love that.
Got the shaker now.
That's what it is. What an end to a song.
Yeah.
My friend that's far away doesn't feel my love, but I do. I do. Such a nice way of saying I miss you.
Yeah. It's so great. And she does that. She says that over top of, comes back to this section with a dirty fill.
Yeah.
You know, it's so badass.
There's something sad about the song, but it's not sad. Like, I don't know. It makes me feel warm, not sad. Like some musicians, when they play these sad songs, you really feel sad. And it kind of like, okay, enough. But this, I could go right back to it over and over again. It's beautiful.
Such a great track.
Yeah, I'm a fan. When we reviewed Portishead a while back, I remember after a couple of the tracks, you're like, I really like it, but there's this emptiness. There's like, it could be filled in a couple places, and I didn't get it. But after that song, I'm like, this is what Portishead would sound like if they were fuller.
And they achieve a lot, and they achieve an energy here with such like it's literally just drums, bass, guitar, vocals and some like shaker. And that song was a big hit. I mean, the strengths of that song are the drum and bass, like they always nail that. And then the fills, just like the transition between the sections of the song. It's like they know they have like a nasty little riff and they're like, yeah, we're going to bring it back.
Even vocally, at the end of a bunch of the lines, the vocal dips down and it kind of has this like, it's
yeah, it like releases it. There's like this tension. It's like, show me. And then it goes into it and it's like,
exactly.
It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. It scratches that itch. Yeah.
And also like the strum is like you're getting like brought into it gradually. You know what I mean? Like it leads into it perfectly. That was actually the first song by Man I Trust I heard back in high school.
It's that old?
Yeah, I mean, that was released before the album. This album's from 2019. We'll do track 16, which is All Right, and track 17, You Deserve This. What?
See, this kick I hear.
Yeah.
It's easy. Stand-up bass.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not.
What kind of... It has that woody sound, though.
And there's another bass on top.
Yeah. That's trippy. Yeah. Because they have the slap. I don't know. Could have said this a lot of tracks ago, but there's also incredible musicians. You know what I mean? I feel like this one has recently resurfaced online too. Could be tripping, but
I don't recognize it yet.
Cocteau Twins?
What about it? This is the Cocteau Twins?
It sounds like the guitar tone a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Something angelic about this tune. These vocals here. That's awesome.
There's a little low-end whistle, too. They think about so much.
Yeah. I love the feeling of this song. Airy, breathy, ethereal.
Well, they're trying to get you to a place where you think of yourself without all the trappings of life. Which we never do.
It's true.
We're lucky to live in the moment, let alone the pre.
I just love how soft the album is. You know, it's very pillowy.
Yeah, this is what I needed today. I just needed something like this. And we do this almost every week. We have an album like this where we listen to where we're both just like, yeah, it's nice. It's actually life-changing for me. Art is there to remind us what matters, what's real, this aspirational side of humanity. And I think that's why I like this so much.
We got track 18, which is Pierre.
Lies, tell me something sad. You're there but you're not here. You understand. You care. It might not look this way. Couldn't be this true. You understand. Yeah, you're not wrong. Say I hope you understand.
This is the first song that felt French, almost Parisienne.
And this like flute thing too adds to it a lot. I know what you mean. Classical kind of feeling. And also I think the guitar adds to that. Like Renaissance thing kind of. a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit. Is this some harpsichord? Or something that kind of sounds like that, right? Maybe a synth, I don't know.
It does sound like a harpsichord. It's like a piano, but not.
Yeah. A really sweet song. It's like, I mean, she seems like she's talking to a friend who has this gift that they're not using and is like kind of losing themselves a little bit. And she's encouraging Pierre to use them because she knows that that's what brings him joy.
The line, Pierre, you're not lone, like that's a neat line because it's not alone. I've never heard that used before. And it added to it because it made it feel like different. Because if she would have said, Pierre, you're not alone, ho hum. But Pierre, you're not lone, then you're like, what does lone mean? I was so pulled into that, like lyrically, but also musically. I'm like, oh, they are French.
It felt like a medieval kind of melody. Yeah, I don't know. Something about it just felt like that. We can move on to track 19, which is Air.
It's an amazing bass riff. Sounds like there's an electric piano on wah.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
You notice how on a lot of these lines she kind of skips words? Our loneliness now now gone. I thought you could come over mine sometime. Something I just noticed.
It's true. This might be my favorite bass run.
Yeah, that's what the that's weird.
Is that Stevie Wonder's instrument?
The clav, yeah.
Clav. That guitar lead, so gentle. Man. This recipe is perfect.
Yeah, they know what's up. Instrumentally, that's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, right from the beginning, I just felt it.
And then that clav was a nice surprise. I mean, I haven't heard that song in forever because there's certain songs I come back to more, and that one I guess I haven't. And that, man, nice touch. A group that was like around in the same scene as like Mac DeMarco and like Home Shake. Viewers like Mild High Club totally think similar like that jazzy kind of bedroom poppy synthy thing. So I'm hearing a lot of that throughout this whole album upon listening to it again.
The guitar that came in between the bass lines near the end of the song was so beautiful, but you could barely hear it. Like it was so understated. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know, when you heard it, you're like, oh, it almost playing it soft made it hit better when you finally caught it. I was just like, that's just so well designed. And the bass was crazy. So I thought, how could you jump in session with that? But they did.
We're going to do track 20, Porcelain, and track 21, Poodle of Mud.
Musically, again, the guitar feels very Cure.
There's like a handful of tracks that have that feeling across, for sure.
Almost feels like a fevered dream. It's just a bit too loud for that, but there's something freaky about it.
We could let this play into the next one, which is track 22, Something in the Water.
Hopefully it's the Muddy Poodle getting a bath.
One can hope. One can hope.
It's a good call, transitioning. Smooth. The big guitar here is great. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really nice tone.
Yeah. The tone of that guitar reminds me of 80s guitar. I know I say that a lot, but there's something in the water, and it's good.
This guitar right here is giving me like New Order a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's probably it.
Nearing the end of the album, I'm like, there are probably some that you could take out a little, because, I could get into that more at the end. That one felt more in line with some of the ones that felt like the 80s, 90s kind of ones. They have like distinct moods. They have like the jazzier, bass-heavy ones. And there's like the ones that are more like rocky. And then there's some acoustic ones. So there is a lot of variety. While they kind of have their pool of sound kind of, I don't know. So we have track 23, which is Tailwhip Revisited, and track 24, Poplar Tree.
The sonar sound again. They talked about being landlocked. Do you think it bugs Quebec that they're so close to the coast, but there's no coast on their province?
Do they have no coast?
I don't think so. Maybe north, way up north. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. True. Well, the Hudson Bay.
Love that bass slap.
Yeah.
In this song, the dog is finally in the country running around, having a great old time.
Yeah, out in the open. I love that in this version you can hear that little piano line. Yeah. I think I was wrong about Hudson's Bay. Is Hudson's Bay part of it in Quebec, or am I tripping?
I don't think you're tripping. I think you're right, northern Quebec, but I'm not 100% sure.
I need to look at them. It's hard for me to picture the map sometimes.
We should be slightly embarrassed.
I know. That's why I brought it up again, because I was like, I feel like I just defiled something.
We're talking through a track with misinformation. Poplar Tree. I love these. The leaves make their own music in the wind. They're always moving. Gorgeous. They have a smell. Softwood tree. C'est ça? Fin?
Oui.
What a way to end.
Lovely little piano piece there. Forgot about that completely. I mean, what are your overall thoughts on Oncle Jazz?
It was long, so it's hard to recall everything, but there was not a single stinker. Everything felt right, felt good. You are right when you said there were some tracks that kind of mirrored each other and maybe they were redundant. I'm not sure. This is my first listen. I loved this one. I'm downloading it. I'm going to listen to it. There was a lot of sad to it, but it didn't leave me feeling overwhelmed. It was reasonable, and the music was so beautiful. The bass treatment, the drums, very simple, but yet not. Mm-hmm. Especially the way they blended everything together. Their soundscape, their layering. So I would go A+ for this album on first listen, and then I'd get back to you after a few more listens. But I really enjoyed it.
First Man I Trust experience.
Except I do have that one song on Spotify. I didn't know it was Men I Trust.
What I was going to say earlier is I think it's really hard to get a long album right. In 24 tracks, that is like a double album if you go by the traditional 12-track format. And albums can be long. There are good albums that are long, but it's like, part of me is like, there could have been some songs that could be cut. And like, they have some songs that kind of have a similar feel. And I love the musicianship, and the production is what drew me to this record initially when I heard it, because like the bass playing and like the synth choices, like I love the breathy vocals, but I don't know if the whole album needed to be 24 tracks long. That's not like a criticism of like the individual songs, because I don't think there's like a stinker that's like, oh, this is ass. 24 tracks is long, and I don't know if it was justified. That's what I'll say. A lot of amazing songs. I love the production and sound of the whole album, and just like they like perfected like the jazzy pop, soft pop, indie pop kind of sound. Nice that they're from Quebec. That's cool. Lovely to see them doing so well. But I think I would go like A- or something, because like it's kind of one of my pet peeves is like, well, like a lot of like newer rap albums, they just like spam like 25 tracks. It's like, why are we doing, like, I just like a shorter album where it's like concise and you can pay attention to every song and give it its due, because then that's the problem. Like even like I said during the album, like there's certain songs that you come back to more than others because it's just so long that it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's such a long list of tracks, so it's like hard to know every single one in and out.
No, that's a really, really good call. It's like you go to a restaurant, it's got this giant menu, and it just takes you an extra 20 minutes to pick something off the menu, and everything is made of the same kind of stuff. So why don't you just do 8 things really well and be done?
Yeah. Like I think if they kept the strongest songs and did like, even like if it was like 16 tracks or something, it almost kind of feels like a compilation, which it kind of is, because I mean, like, maybe in some ways, because some of these songs were singles that they reworked for the album.
Right.
So when it's that long, it kind of starts to feel like a compilation. So I don't know, but I still really love it. Any final thoughts?
I really enjoyed it. Very proud that they're Canadian like me, and just be fier de Men I Trust.
Thanks to the people on Patreon for pushing this one, even though it was defeated by 1 vote. And as always, full versions on our Patreon. You can vote for albums like this one. Until next time, let us know what we should listen to next. See ya.
Have a great week.